It was indeed a sight to behold as people came out in their thousands to show their love and appreciation to His Royal Majesty, Ogiame Atuashe III CFR, as they did came to say, Papa, we truly love you. And on that lovely, happy note, I need to welcome you to this lovely edition of Viewpoint on Atlantic TV. My name is Michael Gobadia. You do know, on Viewpoint, we always see how we can really start your morning on a great note. And today, it will be no different for what we enjoy to do. And you also do know that the celebration still continues. But day 5 of a week-long activity to celebrate the 4th coronation of His Royal Majesty. And indeed, one everybody is truly excited about.
Yeah, talking about excitement, Michael, today is the 5th day of the coronation anniversary. And they'll be starting with the book launch, Arabic Figures and Ishekiri, authored by Lucky Egbaje. And that will be happening by 10:30 a.m. today. And the second activity for the day will also be homage paying. So there'll be a whole lot of homage paying happening today at the Palace Hall at 11:30 a.m. Then the last activity for today will be drama presentations at the Palace at Agofen, and that will be happening by 4:30 p.m. You know, of course, you don't want to miss any of these activities because it will be streamed. Yeah, so why not? We are streaming everything live from the studio, and you don't want to miss any part of it. You can follow us on all our social media platforms, on Facebook, on Instagram, on YouTube, even on TikTok at Atlantic Media and TV. All right, let's go on a quick break, and when we return, we'll go into the dailies. Don't go anywhere.
Don't miss out on exciting news, events, and more. Stay connected by following us on Facebook, YouTube, and Instagram at Atlantic Media and TV.
Straight to the dailies we go, right here on this lovely weekend edition of our Viewpoint. Well, the last of the week, you will say. Well, for review today, we have 4 papers. We have The Punch, The Guardian, The Vanguard, and also The Nation, as much as we have Leadership, Friday edition. All of that we would definitely love to take today. But anyway, you do know I always enjoy starting with The Punch. Let's see if we have a major puncher on the front page of The Punch today. And indeed it is. And this is coming from no other but the CDS himself. I'm talking about the Chief of Defense Staff. And he says, according to what he feels, 2027 polls behind surge in killing. And just a few writers to that. Steady flow of foreign cash empowering terrorists, according to Musa. And Nigeria facing growing security risks from the Sahel conflict, says the defense chief. But I will say that you need to get more of that story on page 2 of the paper. Well, let's quickly see if we take other leading stories, especially at the top mast of the Punch. The UK leads Nigerians' first quarter capital inflow with 5.5 trillion naira. It's a screamer on page 29. PDP crisis, Wike camp rejects zoning talks with Makinde and Diri as PDP governors convene Zafara to resolve convention deadlock party crisis. Well, no crisis for you to take up that story on page 2. UK recognizes Alafin as Yoruba Supreme Leader. Owade tells Oni, and I'll tell you to read that story up on page 3 of the Punch newspaper. But let's see if we take some other leading stories just beneath the picture of the day. Oyo to pay 1 billion naira compensation on secular road project is a major one on page 7. 3 US-based Nigerians jailed 8 years for $520,000 fraud. And there is no fraud. You can get that story on page 5. And external reserve climbed to 44-month high of $41 billion. It's an exciting one on page 21. But also a major story on page 4 and 5 of the paper is the EFCC and the National Immigration and seem to have expelled another 51 foreigners jailed for cyber crime or cyber fraud offenses. And you can now know that is not just them coming for tourists, but some of them really do engage in crime. But that's the much we can take from the Punch newspaper this morning.
All right, let's go into the Guardian. Let's see what the Guardian has for us. The top story says Alafin versus Oni, Old Warpath for new entrants. That's on page 6. Let's see if we have more. Let's go to the top mass of the Guardian. Despite mounting debts, NNPCL declares 185 billion naira profits, pays FAAC 7.9 trillion naira. That is on page 3. Still on the top masts, how quest for sexual validation boosts manpower business, organ damage. Well, that big story is on page 4 and 5 of the paper. Let's see if we can take more on the Guardian this morning. To the bottom mass says rifts deepen in PDP over Lagos gathering ahead of Ibadan convention. That's on page 6 of the paper. RMAFCE defies Oprah reviews remuneration packages for office holders. Well, that's on page 3 of the Guardian. Catholic bishops threaten to dismiss politically inclined clerics. That's on page 3 of the paper. Ebony landslide kills 2 as state government seals mining sites. That's on page 29. And the last here says Nigeria's FX reserves hits $41 billion, highest in 44 months, says CBN. That's on page 20 of the Guardian. And our picture of the day, well, that's about the rifts going on between the Oni and Alafin of Oyo. That's all we will be taking on the Guardian this morning. Let's go to the Nation. Yeah, the top story here says PDP convention threatened by leaders battle over zoning. And the writer to the story says South-South, Southeast party chiefs reject Diri Makinde stakeholders Lagos meeting decisions. Well, you can see that story on page 2 of the paper. Let's go to the top mass of the Nation. Edo government steps up anti-cultism crackdown. Court leaders wanted. That's the writer to the story. It's on page 5 of the paper. Students' loan disbursement hits 86.3 billion naira, says Nel Fund. Well, that's on page 4 of the paper. First Lady to empower 1,000 women today in Lagos. That's on page 5 of the paper. Let's see if we can take more. Okay, so the side mass, the part of our steady rise, Tinubu tells diasporal Nigerians. Well, that's on page 2 of the paper. And our picture for the day, you can see Olatunji Dare donates building to Kogi State University. Well, that's all we'll be taking on the Nation this morning. Let's go into Leadership Friday edition. So let's see the top story. It says analysts forecast stronger Naira as external reserves hit $41 billion. Well, you can see that on page 4 of the paper. And the writer to that story says latest rise in reserves highest in 44 months. All right, let's see if we have all the stories here. To the side, mass, ASU threatens strike over failed 2009 agreement. And the writer to the story says we are already deep in debt. We won't take heat, ASU tells federal government. Well, that's on page 7 of the paper. Still on the side, mass, bandits demanding 50 million naira items from our communities, Castina councillor. That's on page 7 of the paper. Let's see if we can still take more. Sultan Emir of Ilorin hail Ladoja's emergence as new Olubadan. Well, that's on page 17 of the paper. DSS, NIA tracking politicians behind insurgency. CDS, that's Chief Defense Staff, and that's on page 7 of the leadership. Let's see a picture for the day. Well, that's FCT's minister and other dignitaries during the flag off of construction and expansion of a water supply network to Karo and environs in Abuja. Well, that's all we'll be taking on leadership this morning. Let's quickly go into Vanguard.
Yes, on the Vanguard newspaper this morning, the leading story reads, climate change, how flawed was the Nigerians' healthcare woes. And remember, we looked at these yesterday on the major, on the dialogue, and indeed, climate change is really hitting us hard. But anyway, I'll tell you to get that story on page 14 of the Vanguard newspaper. And let's quickly see if we take some other leading stories at the top mass of the Vanguard newspaper. Insecurity, aggravating pains in the north. And this is accredited to the Arewa Consultative Forum. And you can get that story on page 9 of the Vanguard newspaper. Also threatens strike, rejects federal government's loan scheme is a major one on page 9. And foreign portfolio inflow drops by 30.7% to 50.48 billion naira in July. But anyway, just take that story on page 19 of the Vanguard newspaper. Olu of Warri flags of Iwere Trust Fund is an exciting one with about 750 million naira. It's a screamer on page 12 and one you need to read up. And well, let's see if we take some other leading stories still on the Vanguard newspaper at the bottom mass of that very paper. And we can find 2027 fresh crisis looms in PDP over zoning formula. And well, it's a major one on page 5. Process is ongoing to name terrorism financiers in Nigeria. And this is accredited to the Chief of Defense Staff. And honestly, just get that story on page 8 of the paper. Still on page 8, Tinubu depart Japan for Brazil. As Vanguard Health Outreach brings joy to newspaper vendors in Lagos. It's a major one under page 13, still of the Vanguard newspaper. But for me, the picture of the day is what transpired yesterday when I told you in my introduction, that's the number pouring to celebrate with His Royal Majesty. And I'm talking of no other person but Ogiame Atuashe III CFR. And you can see that as a major reflecting one on the front page of the Vanguard newspaper. Well, that's the much you can take from the Vanguard and honestly from the papers. And it's only right I tell you that it's also time. And I will soon go on a break just for us to indeed dive straight into the issues. And you know dialogue will be next. But all the same, like I say, don't go anywhere. Stick around and still remain right here with us on Viewpoint. And we're back with the dialogue on Atlantic TV.
My name is Desoka, the comedy catalyst of one of Nigerian comedy.
All right, guys, back again. Yes, boss. My name is Osh, baby.
Yemi Alade.
Yeah, what up, people? It's your boy Victor Adi.
Girl Niniola.
My name is my wife, and just celebrity type man.
My papa say, who won't carry cow, waka go, waka follow the cow. I know the life for you.
I see you know you're watching the Atlantic TV.
Keep watching Atlantic TV.
Atlantic TV. Keep watching Atlantic TV.
Keep watching Atlantic TV.
Keep watching Atlantic TV.
Atlantic TV.
Informative, educative, interesting, entertaining.
Worldwide, international.
Don't go anywhere or I'll catch you.
Don't touch that die. Atlantic TV. Boom. Atlantic TV, we wanna party.
Atlantic TV, culturally inclined and uniquely different.
Ara lóríire ọlọ́ríire ọ̀fọ̀ máa sí olúromi o ọ̀wẹ́ náà gé.
Mommy Dama, Daddy Daba. This is how we greet in our place. It is a way of respect, a long age tradition, carried through generations like sacred fire. Our coronation celebration is around the corner, so close. We can feel the drum beats in the wind, and there is no more time to keep checking time. So the sons and daughters of Iwere, both at home and in diaspora, comfort, put on the full regalia, adore yourself in pride, and walk in the step of our ancestors. Let us observe a longish culture together, so deep, so bright, that even whites could not help but reverence. And Edidioka, then Barajo, do not say we did not know, we did not hear, neither were we informed. Put aside the grieving, because no matter what, we are same history, same tongues that cannot be taken away, except that dual's path. Ishekiri and Koro, our monarch awaits us.
In the glorious land of Warri Kingdom, history meets heritage and tradition embraces transformation. Join us in celebrating the 4th coronation anniversary of His Majesty Ogiame Atuashe III, CFR, the Olu of Warri, from Monday 18th of August to Sunday 24th of August 2025. Day 1 kicks off with praise and worship at the Palace Church, Agofen, Warri by 12 noon. Day 2 features hospital commissioning at Ubangwe, Warri, 10 a.m. Ishekiri language competition for children at Agofen, Warri, 12 noon. Women's football match, 4 p.m. All-Stars football match at the Palace Field, 4:30 p.m. Day 3, a royal boat ride to Ode Ishekiri, 10 a.m. Homage paying at Big Warri Palace, 12 noon. His Majesty departs Big Warri, 3 p.m. Day 4, the anniversary celebration and homage paying at Agofen, Warri by 11 a.m. Day 5 brings book launch, 10:30 a.m. More homage paying at Agofen, 11:30 a.m. Drama presentations at Agofen, Warri, 4:30 p.m. Day 6 features the Royal Order of Iwere Awards, 10 a.m. Special lecture at Agofen, 11 a.m. Youth activities, 12:30 p.m. Royal Choir performance, 5 p.m. Day 7, the celebration concludes with a heartfelt Thanksgiving service at 10 a.m. at the Palace Church, Agofen, Warri. Join us as we honor 4 impactful years of visionary leadership. Brought to you by Uge Oyo Ekoro TV. Don't miss out on exciting news, events, and more. Stay connected by following us on Facebook, YouTube, and Instagram at Atlantic Media and TV.
Well, we need to welcome you on this lovely edition of Dialogue. And remember, in my introduction, we talked about what transpired yesterday. And we're talking about the fourth day of the week-long celebration activities marking the fourth coronation anniversary of His Majesty. And I'm talking about Ogiame Atuashe III, CFR. Yesterday, it was indeed a sight to behold when we had thousands, and I mean thousands of people coming out to celebrate His Royal Majesty, and in all sense stating the love, respect, and how the people feel about His Royal Majesty. But anyway, we're taking a major look, especially at what transpired yesterday, as much as we'll also be looking at the speech given by His Royal Majesty yesterday. You'll know it was one of the first time in a few weeks, in the whole week-long activity, that he addressed his loving people. And to help us look at some high points of that very lovely speech from His Royal Majesty yesterday, we have no other person but Engineer Monet Mayomi helping out to do justice to it. Good morning and welcome to Dialogue on Viewpoint on Atlantic TV. Welcome to the show, sir.
Good morning, sir.
Well, I want us to first start by stating what His Royal Majesty said yesterday, when he stated that the plan for this year's celebration was to be in low-key. You know how modest His Royal Majesty is.
Of course, of course.
But he was truly overwhelmed, as he said yesterday, with the huge turnout of people who came out to also pay their respect and show of love. And like His Royal Majesty said yesterday, according to his statement, it's a sign of God's kind love and blessing towards the kingdom. Now, does this show the feeling of love, appreciation, and strong belief in His Royal Majesty? Yes. What is your reaction as it concerns the huge crowd that turned out yesterday and all through the start of the activities?
Good. I would say, before starting, may His Majesty Ogiame Atuashe III, CFR, may he live long.
Amen.
The man has a golden heart. Every day I do learn from him. I copy his style of leadership. He's a man with integrity, with few words. Yeah. Yesterday I was truly surprised when I heard that His Excellency Governor Sheriff Oborowere is president of the occasion by sending the Speaker of the Delta State, Momotini, to grace the occasion. I was there, I was close to Baba. A lot of dignitaries. The Chief of Army Staff, the President is there. The Navy Commando is there. The Air Force Marshal is there. Civil Defense, Custom Controllers. The Atari of Igala, the President is there.
Yeah.
Every corner of the state, they are all there. This proves that the king, the Olu of Ori, is not Shekiri king alone. He cut across every state of this country. He has a relationship with every state of this country. Every tribe, the Jaws, the Urobos, the Anioma, the Igbo, the Hausas, every tribe of the state. So it's a good style of leadership that everybody has to emulate by putting us together to see one Nigeria. Developing the Shekiri. Seeing the Shekiri moving forward. Seeing the Delta State in total, not only the Shekiri kingdom, in total moving forward. So it's the kind of leadership that everybody must emulate.
And the reason for that huge turn of people there.
Okay, good. The reason for that huge turn of, I would say, to my understanding, the man is not building the Shekiri for himself alone. He's building the Shekiri along the continent. Yes. So people see him that this is a man with vision and integrity. So we have to be with him and grace this occasion, the fourth coronation anniversary.
Okay, well, another major one His Royal Majesty hammed on yesterday was a need for unity. And when His Majesty said, I encourage you all to continue to be kind to one another. Let us patronize each other and be our brother's keeper. And he also went to say that in doing, the feeling of trust should be among all Ishekiri brothers and sisters. Then if we do not do this, we are only delaying the breakthrough that we are truly desired of as a people. Now, this will not be the first time His Royal Majesty will be hampering on the need of the unity of all, especially in in the Shekiri nation itself.
Yes.
So, how really important is unity among the Shekiri nation?
Good. You know, the Shekiris, we are loving people. We love people, we love ourselves also. And I would say that statement Baba said, I think is very, 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 very important. And it's an inspirational speech.
Yes.
I will also, on behalf of Baba, I will also beg, because of our Baba, I will also beg every individual. I saw some of my brother there yesterday were at grief. I don't want to mention their name here. I was surprised that they came there to pay homage to Baba. I was kind of saying, aha, this one don't come as Omamuli. I said, very good. Your name today is Omamuli. Pikin remember house. So I would say, thank you to Baba, first of all, for using that word. But Baba also said that if you realize your mistake, you are welcome to the house.
Open hand.
Yeah, open hand. Because even the Bible said it. If your sin is forgiven, Baba himself will forgive you, which is our Lord Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
So I don't say anything wrong there. If you know you are doing it wrong, what is contrary to the Shekri kingdom, what you're doing that is not fine, is not good. There's no need of just portray yourself before Baba. I'm very sorry. It was due to ignorance. Please, I'm sorry. I'm truly sorry. Forgive me. We move together. We build one nation, one kingdom, a better future for our children. Because tomorrow we are going to be old. The young generation will take over from us. So I will beg every individual to put their annoyances, their grievances behind them. Let's build a better Ishekiri kingdom in line with Baba's agenda. That is my own take.
Okay, well, thank you so much. And another major talking point yesterday was when His Royal Majesty activated the Iwere Trust Fund, which, as a chairman, everybody was amazed. His personal money was used to start up that very trust fund. And we know a whooping 750 million naira was used. And he said, like he said he's leading by example. And not only that, but he said he wants it to continue. And this is more like a vision he feels is a show of love to his people.
Yes.
So I want you to really talk about that very trust fund.
Good.
And how important it is that, like he said, is to develop the people
Kingdom.
And their home.
Yes. Good. I would say, long live the king. Long live Ogema Tuachi III, the CFRO. You say it is really difficult to lead your people.
Yep.
The more you are trying to make things straight, some people will see that you are offending so many people. ITF that Baba introduced yesterday, I think that one shocked everybody. Even me, I'm not expecting it. Shekiri Trust Fund, ITF. I was truly amazed yesterday for him to bring his 750 million out of his own personal pocket to open an account for the kingdom, not for his personal use, for the kingdom, to develop the Shekiri communities. I think it is something that we, other leaders from various communities, should emulate. Like last year, I'm the chairman of a Ubeji community.
Okay.
I went to their school, the Ubeji Secondary School there. We want to encourage education. Yeah. I told them that those that are doing well in the school, that have money to enroll, that are less privileges, come out. The first 10, I will pay for it. The first 10. That are Shekiri, Ijo, Orobo, while as far you are in this school, even though you are Hausa, the less privileges, but you are sound. You don't want to enroll WAEC. I will pay for the first 10. Me and the principal will do a collabo with Ubeji Graduate Association. I call the chairman because of my time schedule, my busy schedule. I said, please help me look into this direction, please. Please, then bring it out for me. They went in, they do their findings, both primary and secondary. Yes. They do their findings. We have the primary is I think it's about 15 or they're about 20. I enrolled them. The secondary school, I did the same thing for them. So without further, we do more than 10. Okay. I think it was about 15.
At the end of it?
Yes. Today, 2 has called me that they did they pass. That they passed their work once sitting. Because they are the best students, but they don't have money to enroll. I said I don't want to see them in the street. I will pay for them. By so doing in my community, I'm already encouraging education there. Yeah. So if the overall general overseer of the Shekiri kingdom, which is Baba himself, that I introduce this kind of thing, I will beg all the youth, the trust chairman, the management committee chairman, in every individual. It does not mean that you must do like Baba. Yes. Understand me? It must not mean that you must do like Baba. If there's 1 or 2 you can do, let's go to the schools. Because the only thing we left in the table now is education. That is the only thing left in the table now. Because the children of this day, this is our Gen Z age, they want to fast track everything. But that one is not fine. Yeah. After you are done with your education, you can go ahead and do whatever you want to Gen Z. Go ahead and do it. Because then the education will be guiding you. Because who goes school, they shame. Yes. Who goes school, they shame well. Because you will not like to be rubbish by the public. And you will not like to do something contrary that the people's view will be different from your own view. So you will be very careful with it. So it's a good idea. I will beg every leaders of our various communities to emulate. Even in Delta State, outside the Shekiri, Delta State, because Baba is touching the life of everybody. But particularly the Shekiris, I will beg them, the leaders of our communities, please, they should emulate Baba. It does not mean that you have money to be artists for people. Yeah. But if there's an allocation for that where you are leading, maybe Shell, Chevron, NNPC, they say, okay, they bring 500 million naira to develop the community. You can go in, look for the best projects that the people of that place
truly needs. That
God bless you, that truly needs, you put it in place. From there, you can also create an account. ITF, you can create like Ubeji ITF, also Ubeji Community Development Trust Fund. Maybe we evaluate the project that the project is 200 million naira. We have 500 million naira. After doing the project, or let me say we have 200 million naira. The project is about 200 million or 100 million naira. After developing the project, maybe you decide to keep 50 million naira on that trust. Yeah, trust fund, Ubeji trust fund, so account, any name you call it. You put it in case of any need of the people of the community. From there, we can create a scholarship. We will not be dependent on scholarship from Chevron or Shell alone. With the community, we can generate scholarship for those students, the best students.
So this is more like an eye opener.
Yes.
And a direction to follow.
Yes. It's a good one because for so doing it, it will touch you. Like last year when I give out a scholarship, I don't give to all Ubeji community alone. I give to other community. I even give to Ogbodo boy. I give to him. I give to other people. As long as I said, give me the best student. If I don't have a qualified student in Ubeji today that will take over the scholarship, you can have one. Other community can have one. You bring it, I will do the recommendation. We give him. Tomorrow the client can be a governor of the state to help my family or whoever person. Yeah. So that is my take. It's a good thing that everybody must emulate.
Well, anyway, I know time is not a friend, and I know how busy you are, but this is an important discussion, and that's why you came for us to talk about it.
Thank you.
I will need to really let you go, but before I do so, I want you to give us an overview of the celebration thus far.
Okay.
Yeah, what's your view on it, and what advice will you have for others that are also eager to participate and show their appreciation to His Royal Majesty?
Good. In summary of all this is that I will use the word, I beg every individual. If you know you love the kingdom, because I believe in Baba.
Yes.
Without the kingdom, there will be no Shekiri.
Most certainly.
Is it not so? So fine. If you truly love the Shekiri, you are coming to pay homage, nobody will stop you. We will stop you, we will grace you, we will dance with you. Because it's things of joy. Yeah. Like some leaders that are my friend, I don't want to mention their name here. I talk to them every day by day that Shekiri is one. We should come together, let's keep pushing it up. We should go higher, like what Baba said. If we are together, the door will be very easy to open. Yeah. But you are dragging me behind, somebody is dragging me left and right. You will see that the doors will be difficult to open. But if all of us say, let's open this door. If I try, you try, if you try to open. But when I'm trying to open the door, you from behind, you are trying to lock the door. You understand me? You are not doing me. You are doing yourself. Because without the Shekiri, those prides that I'm a prince of the Were kingdom, it will not be there. Without the Shekiri, those names that we are be Shekiri, we are doing Yanga, will be prince, we are from this, we are from that, they are Biolu of Oripiki. That name will not be there. So what I will endorse everybody, to beg everybody, let's come together, unity, grace the occasion of Baba, support Baba in every ramification that Baba needed us most. So that Baba will come first. Baba is the primary.
Yes.
Then we are the second because we are his children. Yeah. Without Baba, we will not be where we are today. So thank you.
Well, thank you so much. And I'm talking of no other person but Engineer Money Mayomi for really coming and adding his voice to the week-long celebration and a need for that great unity to be among the Shekiri Nation. Thank you so much.
God bless you. Thank you so much, sir.
Well, for us, well, it's not a wrap yet. We need to go on a break. But remember, we'll still come back and have other discussion right here on Dialogue on Viewpoint on Atlantic TV.
Congratulations, you're in the glory of God. Congratulations, He has done it for you. And you will come back with a new song to sing. God is good. Yes, you will come again with a new song of praise. God is good. Oh, congratulations. Congratulations.
Atlantic TV, culturally inclined and uniquely different.
My name is Desoka, the comedy catalyst of one of Nigerian comedy.
All right, guys, back again. Yes, boss. My name is Osh, baby.
Yemi Alade.
Yeah, what up, people? It's your boy Victor AD.
Girl Ninyola.
My name is my wife Niger celebrity type man.
My papa say, who won't carry cow, waka go, waka follow the cow. I know the life for you.
I see you know you're watching the Atlantic TV.
Keep watching Atlantic TV.
Atlantic TV. Keep watching Atlantic TV.
Keep watching Atlantic TV.
Keep watching Atlantic TV.
Atlantic TV.
Informative, educative, interesting, entertaining.
Worldwide, international.
Don't go anywhere, I'll catch you.
Don't touch that die. Atlantic TV. Boom.
Atlantic TV, we wanna party.
Atlantic TV, culturally inclined and uniquely different.
The Arewa Consultative Forum has lamented that the scourge of banditry, kidnappings, and other criminalities have worsened the pains of the North, leaving families bereaved and communities devastated. Speaking at the 78th National Executive Committee meeting of the forum on Wednesday at the Secretariat in Kaduna, the ACF Chairman, Chief Maman Osma, SAN, said the North continues to lose lives to evil crimes, sycophants, gangsters, bandits, and terrorists, saying it's an uncommon and trouble-reading time when politics, unimaginable crime, are devastating its people. He called for introspect, especially as it concerns vigilance and unity of purpose, especially among families and communities in the region, urging them not to sit on the fence or, like the ostrich, hide its head in the sand under the delusion and pretext that says, I see nothing, I say nothing. In response to this very one, and the surge in insecurity, the Chief of Defense Staff, General Christopher Musa, also yesterday lent his voice to the recent surge in insecurity. Musa had linked the recent surge in killings across the country to the build-up to the 2027 general election. Musa said that the rising wave of insecurity compared to last year could not be dissolved or in every way deassociated from the political activities ahead of the polls. According to him, some politicians are deliberately fueling violence to discredit the government's security record and campaign on the back of chaos. Whether this seems to be true or not, the truth still remains that Nigeria or Nigerians are on the receiving side of it all, and a need for us to talk about it today on Dialogue. And that's what we're having as a major discourse today on Dialogue. We're talking about the growing insecurity and a need to tackle it. And that's what we're having as a second half of our discussion today on the Dialogue. We're talking about the growing insecurity and a need to tackle it, especially coming from that very one from the CDS himself. You know, on major papers today, his reactions, especially as it concerns the growing insecurity, is, hinged on the 2027 general elections. But anyway, as much as that is his thoughts, our thoughts are right here in the studio. And like I do know, and you always would know, we always have a guest that will help us really look at issues. And today we have no other person, but he's a social critic and also a commentator. And he's a member for the defense of a true democracy and governance. And I'm talking of no other person but Comrade. I always enjoy putting Comrade there. I'm talking about Comrade Emeka Nwokocha. Comrade Emeka Nwokocha, well, thank you so much for joining us. It's another time for us to talk about contending issues in the country. Welcome to the show.
Yeah, thank you, Mike. Thank you for this opportunity given me.
Well, I want us to start because according to the Global Center for Responsive to Protect, it said that recently we have escalating attacks as it contains bandit groups, Boko Haram, and also members of the Islamic State for West African province. And we've been having rising cases of conflict, especially those that are indeed affecting a whole lot of Nigerians. Now, this better explains the situation we are in. So my question, I want you to react to the rising insecurity in the country. What's your reaction to all of this?
My case is alarming. You see, it has gone beyond a situation of lamentation by the citizens. We are very much concerned because we know that if you understand the semantics of governance, you know, the government is supposed to protect the people and ensure their safety. But when that is not happening and the chaotic situation of Nigerian security architecture currently, you know, it tends to like bother us. Okay. It tends to beg the question as to does the government actually, have the capacity, to protect the citizens? You recall, this is all about a social contract, when the people sacrifice, their natural rights to the social contract, we will have a sovereign state,
yes,
where the government is demanded, to protect the people, ensure there's rule of law and order. But there's total breakdown of that now. And what you have seen from government angle in recent time is more of lamentation. But we don't need a lamentation. We want you to fix the problem. Because this is a problem, that is actually, that has caused a lot of harm, on the polity, both economic, both lives lost or whatever. And the government, has everything to actually secure the people, nip insecurity in the bud. And the worsening insecurity didn't start now.
Most certainly.
Early 2000, during Jonathan era, when the Boko Haram, terrorists, gained notorious supremacy as it were. And from then till now, it has always been a worsening situation. So it appears the government is always caught napping. Every government in place is always caught napping with explanations, barrage of explanations and no solutions. So it is quite disheartening, it's quite painful and it's quite lamentable for the citizens. So
well, talking about lamentation, many Nigerians seem to be on the edge on account of insecurity in the country. But that's not just my next question, because my next question is, many reasons have been given on account for the upsurge in recent killing, especially the one that comes to mind readily and in most recent time is the killing of 34 worshippers in a mosque in Katsina State, which indeed, with reports we are getting, is that the number seems to be increasing by the day, especially those that were put on emergency. And now we've heard that those that have died on account of that very attack on Monday have risen to almost 50. So on the minor, I said a whole lot of reasons were given on account for the upsurge in the recent killings in the country. For you, what do you feel the reasons would be that we're having an uptick in violence in the country at the moment?
You see, for me, there's a collapse, in the ability of government to actually protect the people. Like I do tell you, government is not expected to start giving excuses why you can't protect the people. Because the Constitution in chapter 2, subsection 14, subsection 14(1), makes it a mandatory obligation that the government must protect the people, and that is just it. And when the government is failing to do that, then what do you talk about it? That means automatically we are slipping into the Hobbesian state of nature, where life is short, brutish, nasty, and solitary, according to Thomas Hobbes. So I pray we do not actually slip into that very chaotic situation. But now what we are saying in essence is that the insecurity situation is not a new development. So what we expect the government to do is to nip it in the bud. If you are not nipping it in the bud, then why are you not nipping it in the bud? Because you have all the resources to do that. You have every Nigerian to come together and say, let us solve this teaching problem. But if you are not doing it, then that means, you are advertising incompetency. For me, I don't think there's any need to give excuse, to make excuses for our leaders why we cannot be protected.
Okay, well, Comrade Emeka, it looks as if I would now rephrase my question, just like they do in courts. And in rephrasing my question, I want us to go to what the Chief of Defense Staff said yesterday, General Christopher Musa. Now, he said, in his own belief, that the growing insecurity will not be in every way push away from the upcoming build-up to the 2027 general election. He feels that politicians are in every way instigating violence in the country on account to see what they will campaign about as we approach the 2027 elections. And I want your take as it concerns that view of his, knowing that he's the Chief of Defense Staff, he has all the informations and he has all the intelligence gathering, and he's speaking on account of authority of who he is. I want your reaction to this.
For me, it is unbecoming, unexpected, from Chief of Defense Staff, the personal General Christopher Musa. He shouldn't be lamenting.
But is what he's lamenting.
That statement,
Comrade Emeka
that statement,
is he not right to give a reason on what he feels? He might be lamenting.
They say that,
but is
they
that
say,
not a
my
good
grace,
reason?
to be forewarned is to be forearmed. So if he knew, that means he knows those who are actually, causing the insecurity situation. Why not go after them? We want him to come to tell Nigerians that I have been able to arrest, I have been able to demobilize, I have been able to curb, I have been able, to nip so act of criminality in the bud. He shouldn't be coming to. Now, having said that, did he tell you, what strategy, what next is the security architecture doing to come down?
He spoke, Comrade Emeka Owokocha, he spoke a lot yesterday. And I would like us to still remain with what he said. And in support of what he said yesterday, according to information from Reuters, we also do know, according to information given to them, and you do know on Viewpoint, we always enjoy going into the books and getting the records. We know that about 2,260 persons have been killed thus far in the country in the first half of 2025, which exceeds 1,083 that was also killed in the first half of 2024, and a total of just 2,194 that was killed in the whole of 2024 alone. Now, is it not right? Yes, I know you've said yes, he should go out after them. But you only discover to recover. Now, looking at the numbers, we have high rate of Nigerians that have been killed. And in most recent time, there has been an increase in tension in the political space.
Obviously.
Especially with the formation of new political alliances that are eager to wrestle power from the ruling All Progressive Congress. So let's look at these very statistics. Would he not be right to have said what he said? Undermining, like you said, he should rather solve it rather than lament. But let's look at, looking at the record, would he not be right stating what he said?
See, Mike Ray, if he, to actually put us on the nerve,
yes,
right? I will tell you that between December 2023,
yes,
and February 2024,
yes,
1,336 Nigerians, were killed in only Plateau State alone. Going by that record, that tells you that we are not safe. We have seen the chiefs, the Nigerians, those manning our security architectures coming to tell you our borders are porous. It is not now we've been hearing that our borders are porous. So what I mean is that General Christopher Musa shouldn't be telling Nigeria at this time that Nigeria is at a tipping end. That Nigeria is sitting on the keg of gunpowder, even not even sitting. The gunpowder has been identified. It is even about to explode. This is the time we want to see him in action.
But is it not right? He also states the reason why there's an uptick.
What I'm saying, in essence, is that you don't even need to tell Nigerians for us to know that there could be Nigerians that are sabotaged. That are sabotaging, the security architecture. It is in normal human nature, right? You don't even need to tell us.
But coming from politicians that normally would have known best, in the belief that they are the ones that are governing us, he said that some major opposition or he did not mention him, which also would have generated a whole lot of controversy. And people will come out to say, why are you mentioning such names? But there's this belief, like he said, that politicians are also the one fueling the issue, all in the sense to the build-up of the 2027.
Okay, very good. He has told us now politicians are some of those fueling, this security. Okay, should you go to sleep with that?
Of course not.
Does that, bring a succor? It doesn't bring a succor. See,
but is it not like more of a
now? I think since he has given us, he has come in the open to say that. I think he should tell Nigerians that we are on top of it.
Okay.
That within so time we are sure we want to tell you that those behind this, will be brought to book. We want to see him to start making assertive steps. Do you know what it means to be a chief of defense staff? Let me tell you, in 2020 here, when Philip Wharton the American in Niger was kidnapped in Niger and brought to Nigerian territory. When the American, special forces, swung into action and released him, from the captives. Do you know what Donald Trump said? He thumbed up for his man. He said it was a big win for the special American forces. A big win. He celebrated it. What am I talking about is this, sir. What we want Christopher to do, he is a man of integrity, going by his experience in the military. See, I don't think, there is no act of terrorism that Nigerian government, Nigerian military cannot curb.
Okay.
But it's all about commitment from the government. It's all about, spending, putting the money where the money is supposed to be, spent. See, curbing insecurity is not a tea party. The low claim today, you go today, you sleep with two eyes closed. If I tell you what they put into, bringing sanity in the society, you marvel. They spend the chunk of their budget into security, and they don't toy with it. They don't treat it with a kid glove. But today, how much is budgeted to defense? How much is budgeted security? Out of the 54 trillion, point something trillion Nigeria budgeted this year, how much was put? Then how much, is budgeted, for their own, to advance their own personal luxury? See, sir, it's a time where we will not have to, call a spade and say, we have a problem. Let us collectively solve our problem. Let us use our money, to solve our problem. Even if you put 70% of the budget allocation into solving security situation, there's nothing wrong about that. See, do you know how many I have told you here that between December 2023 and February 2024, 1,336 Nigerians, my brothers and sisters, my loving sisters, patriots, were killed by bandits, were killed by arms, arms wielding, militants or whatever you call it, and the government has not done anything, cannot even bring anybody to. I'm only mentioning about Plateau. Okay, I'm not even talking about Benue. I'm not even what are we talking about?
I will plead with you, Comrade Emeka.
So for us, no excuse should be entertained from these people who are running the governance.
Okay, I will plead with you to exercise patience and also mellow down, please. I really need you to also look at what he said yesterday, because you talked about nobody has been brought to book. And yesterday, the chief of the defense staff himself came out to talk about the country's judiciary and how it has also not helped things because there have been slow trial of this person. Because you talked about bringing them to book. Yes, he made mention of that yesterday. He said, yes, they've been able to identify, arrest, and persecute most of these persons, but the judiciary seems not to be speedy on account of this. So let's look at that also as a reaction. What do you feel needs now to be done? Should we have a separate court for such extreme crime? Or do you feel we should, with such extreme crime, should still go through our normal court process? What's your reaction?
See, my Cray, I want to be very, very sincere in whatever thing I say here.
Yes.
See, the judiciary, yes, might be slow, in their
will of justice.
Yes, however, but what I'm saying in the sense that they are slow on persons that have been arrested, right?
Yeah. On persecution of some persons.
Yes, facing persecution. Then what about those now who are maybe Nigerians? Does that stop you, from continuing to go after those who are still, causing the problem in this country? That is on one hand. Why that problem is being dealt with is on hand. It does not stop our military, to ensure that you snuff out this miscreants, as it were.
But will it be
right? It
right?
Doesn't stop them.
Will it be right for you to say that? Because the military is also doing a lot as it concerns that. You could still remember.
There's no doubt about that.
Last week, they arrested 2 terrorist kingpin. We're talking from the Ansaro terrorist network. And not only that, just last month, we heard that the cousin, close bosom cousin to the terrorist kingpin, bandit kingpin, Taju Bello, was killed, was neutralized rather. Let me just put it as they said. So we've been seeing successes as it concerns their fight against terror. But my next question, now the mining you said, yes, more should be done by the judicial. judiciary. Let's come now to the issue of state police, because that's another major one that many feel would need to come in place to also deal with the teething problem as it concerns insecurity in the country. I want your view. Is it now time, knowing that there's an uptick in the rate of violence in the country, do you feel it's now time that the idea of state police should come into being?
Yeah, I think Nigeria currently now, it is the sixth most terrorized countries in the world.
Yes, according to the records.
Yes. State policing, it shouldn't be a debatable option. We are ripe for it. Because you don't know what that means, state policing. It's like taking policing to the communities. Let the communities, let the people police themselves.
Police themselves, okay.
Right? But I did a write-up recently. I said, Nigeria cannot curb insecurity, with the state of the police currently.
The federal police.
Yes.
Federal system of
why state policing cannot be debatable, right? But if that is achieved, and it must be achieved, the character
of this person,
of this new design, should not be a replication of what we have currently now. Because apart from the fact that we don't have enough police to deploy, to police Nigeria, 220 million persons. Because go by United Nations, recommendations, it is the police to population ratio ought to be, I think, for one police to 450 to 460.
But at the moment,
we have about 1 to 640, and we need about 190,000 personnel, to be employed or to be recruited as of 2021 to meet that recommendation. And that does not mean that recommendation is a finality. That's their own recommendation. Your country can increase the policing system as it suits them. It depends on what you want to achieve. So now the state policing is not debatable, like I tell you. But if we should have it, which we must come on board, it must come on board because it has gone beyond the debatable scene now to a practical one. You must have it, and when we have it, there will be a departure from the old character, the old order. If they bring the same character into the state policing, my friend, what you will see is the same thing. We must let's tell ourselves the truth, purge ourselves that yes, we want to fix this country. And for you to fix this country, my kid, if you get the policing right, we are talking about terrorism. That means that there's a collapse in internal security first. And which institution is in charge of internal security? Is the police.
Now, Comrade Emeka Ongocha, I will plead with you to hold on. You said Nigeria is right for state police.
Overripe.
But we saw in a recent video of so-called vigilante members, which many will call as state police, or the structure for state police, assaulting a lady, stripping her naked. Now, if we can have vigilante members doing this, what more are we going to talk about persons that are under state policing? Is this not a clear indication that maybe we are not mature enough to have state police, especially with the belief that state police will be used by politicians, especially those in power, to intimidate, brutalize, and attack their opposition? Because look at it, just giving guns to some set of vigilante members, we're having young defenseless ladies being beaten up and stripped naked in the public and assaulted on account of authority given to them. So you said the issue of state police is not debatable, but is this not a clear indication of where we'll go to when that comes on board?
You see, Nigeria is not a parallel state. See, today, India got independence 1947. India has put man on the moon. We got independence 1960. We can't even manufacture anything. So it's all about seriousness as in. See, I told you here that there must be a departure from that old character. So what you saw on the video is that same character I'm talking about. Nigeria must tell ourselves the truth that this is the kind of police we want. The institution must be strengthened. It shouldn't be a situation where a politician can lord it over, can call the commissioner of police and start dishing orders. Rubbish. It shouldn't be. So what we are saying in essence is that there must be sanity in this country if we are ready. So the options are laid on the table for us to choose. If we are really ready, this country have intelligent, civilized people across the board. So to get our laws right, it's all about discipline and commitment from those that run our affairs. If they are ready to say there should be rule of law, social equity, if they are ready to do that, and allow the law takes its course. The law should not be any respecter of any personality. If the politicians, those leading us, can actually, say, yes, we want to run affair like that, these things will come to play. We can have a police system, that could present themselves, that will be professionally, inclined, like we have in Canada, like we have in US, like we have in European country. These persons, don't come from the moon. These things are not rocket science driven. It's all about our nature, as in our station now is that we want it that way. That Nigeria is underdeveloped. Right from when I was a child, it has only been underdeveloped. We have been, that adjective, has been attached to the Nigerian brand, underdeveloped. When shall we, leave the underdevelopment for development? So it's all about a thing of choice. Our problem is self-inflicted. Our leaders are not ready to set this country right. So if state policing, the concept is brilliant, perfect, pressing, but the implementation now, the people, are we ready? Let us answer the question, are we ready? If we are ready, we can. Today, let me tell you, you will go to the police station. Today, the police services now is contracted. Nigerians pay for police services, and the 109 or 108 members of the Senate are there seeing. 360 members of House of Representatives are there seeing. The presidency, the governors, they all know this. Nobody has come to say, no, this is not the type of policing we should have. Today, police, in the open, on road checks, the new normal now is, they don't even hide it. Give me the money in pocket. In a global world, give me the money. People are watching all over the country, all over the world. Who truly are we? Are we not ashamed? My great, these things, the data is there that we have shown, failure. We have accepted failure, and we are deploying it, and we want it. Okay. That's exactly what is happening, because we have all options to lead this Africa. We have all options, to deploy good services, as it were.
It's also good I state here that we've also seen many policemen being dismissed on account of such unruly behavior.
My dear, if I were the IG, let me tell you, if I want to go by the police character, take this data set for instance, take this way for instance. Do you think these policemen that are deployed on the road, that are collecting money, look, see, corruption cannot be totally, taken away from humanity, but there are acceptable corruption, but not as in advertising corruption globally, that this is what we are.
In the open. Now.
So the IG would, if it's right, in thinking, if we are sane, including me, see, we will sack every policeman and recruit. That is to really set the tide. If actually we want to move ahead, because that institution, has been bastardized.
In doing that, our banks will not be safe.
No, not even that. What banks say? Let us get something right, Mr. Mike.
I'm already getting the sign that our time is up. We might need to really have to come back and discuss this on another note. But on that, I need to thank no other person, but the push for a total reform.
that is what we are clamoring.
Nigeria Police Force, and I'm talking about Emeka Owokocha. Well, he's a member for the defense of democracy and good governance, and you will really understand why that seems to be his passion, especially as he speaks about contending issues worrying the country. But all the same, thank you so much for coming. We might really need to bring you back for us to talk more about this teething problem, but time is not a friend.
Yeah, thank you, Mike. Let me use the opportunity to congratulate, the Olu of Warri on his coronation anniversary. I love him. What I saw on television, man, is awesome. You should keep it up. We love him. Thank you very much for the Shekiri Nation.
Well, anyway, you need to still continue to enjoy more of what's happening there and the week-long activity, really celebrating His Royal Majesty, and I'm talking of no other person but Ogiame Atuwashe III CFR. But anyway, what we'll do now is go on a break, and the news will come on the hour right here on Viewpoint on Atlantic TV.
For God sought man to incarnate and to lead his people. And he found none but thee, the one who understands the assignment. To the extent the dexterity you deploy to administer the territory attracted principalities and powers, yet you warned by Isaiah 7:7. The traditional king that forfeit godly scriptures. Your ways are not the ways of man, even as you exist as man. The one who takes giant steps in David's raiment. You are the clear proof we had first-hand connection with civilization. Daddy with maximum steez and composure. We do not need to pat your back and scoop your tummy before you do us good. Because truly you have now made goodness our inheritance. And everybody give thanks. You may have been ignored, left alone to tend the flocks. But I tell you truth. It was God's strategy for you to cater for his flocks. Oh, how did we not know at first that a change was seek and desire? Lurks around us like a friend that sticks closer than a brother. He who resonates history before our face, giving us the hope of a prosperous phase. It is time. 4 years crowned in glory, 4 years seed in destiny. Ogiame, King of the waters. It is your 4th-year coronation anniversary, and everybody is Ogboru.
Omiwere dede mukia. Otomi dede mukia. Enemurara boruko oluwa. Te shorishe buko enemakagasi. Airi oruko rishe begberibe. Onuwe ofomi ewaye mobile anreti. We acknowledge the presence of all our dignitaries and guests who have come from far and wide. The representative of His Excellency, the Governor of Delta State, Right Honorable Mamatimi Guwon. Your Excellency, we thank you for the very kind words. The representative of the Secretary to the Government of the Federation, the representative of the Director General of the DSS, the representative of the service chiefs here present, the CP of our great state, the local government chairman of Warri North and Warri South, the representative of our royal brother, Agabaidu, the Onu Igala. We acknowledge and appreciate your presence here with us today. We thank and appreciate all Omiwere for coming out in their large numbers this week to join us in celebrating how far God has helped us. I am truly overwhelmed. I am humbled. We had initially set out in planning to make this year's celebration a low-key one. But for all that we try to do, it's as though even the land itself did not want it to be quiet or small. For me, this is more than a show or a celebration. It is a sign of God's kindness, His blessing, and His love towards us. We will continue to acknowledge this truth and fact in our lives. In this last year, there have been many storms, many winds, many shakings. Kenikede, Orishe, Biene, Kweare. Even though we still have a long way to go, we remain resolute, we remain determined and committed to ensuring that the affairs and direction of the Shekiri nation does not go off course. As we remain alive to our responsibilities, God will bless our efforts and He will not let us see shame. And beyond that, He will lead us into the path of reclamation and restoration that comes with a recompense. Amongst us, there are still a few who remain aggrieved and continue to justify their course of action. As long as they are a Shekiri, they remain our children. For as much as we all desire peace and unity, it has to be on the right foundation of repentance, without which true reconciliation cannot occur. As long as all these conditions are in place, that door will remain open, and we shall achieve the peace and progress that we all desire as a united people. We are not under any illusion that this is a kingdom of only domesticated animals. The king is the keeper of the forest, and he is responsible for balancing the ecosystem between the wild and the domesticated animals. And every animal has its use, and it is the responsibility of the keeper of the forest to ensure that the natural equilibrium is firmly in place. There must be order, and as far as the Shekiri is concerned, the palace under Ogiame remains the rallying point and the pace setter for that order. As a father, I encourage you all, let us continue to be kind to one another. Let us be supportive to each other. Let us patronize each other and be our brothers' keepers. God has already blessed us, but He will not leave His throne in heaven to come down and help us. Olaja Ibonoka, Ewa Mini Mutia Igbene. Anto Shushe Bonoka, Ewa Mini Mutia Igbene. Ene Noka, Ewa Mutia Barene.
Ogun ìṣẹ̀lẹ̀ pọ̀sán dáadáa.
And if we keep perpetuating the notion that we cannot trust ourselves, then we are only delaying the breakthrough that we so desperately desire as a people. We have torn at ourselves and pulled ourselves down long enough. The truth must be spoken, but it should be spoken in love. And so I want to use this as an opportunity to announce the activation of the Iwere Trust Fund, the ITF, of which I am the chairman. I have personally funded this trust with the amount of 750 million naira. This trust is for the development of our people and our home. I am leading by example, and I have put my own resources into this vehicle. A vehicle that, God willing, will inspire much progress and development for our people. Eyiwe, Ewakpin Owe. Benja, no D inside this one. It is meant for sowing and cultivating seeds of development for Ishekiri. I invite all well-meaning sons and daughters of Iwere, our friends, our partners, and those that believe in what we are set out to do, to come and join us in this effort to rebuild Iwere Nation. I continue to encourage every one of you not to lose hope, and also encourage you to renew your mind. A former mentor always reminds me when he speaks to me, and he quotes the book of 2 Chronicles chapter 2 verse 11, and he always turns that into a prayer. It is because God loved Israel that he made Solomon king over them. It is because God loves Ishekiri that he has given us Ogami.
Ogami.
Otomi, God has put the love and care for you, my people, in my heart, and he will enable and equip me to adequately manifest that to you. Not only is our destiny the blessing of this nation, our transformative story is also the testimony of this nation. Alewe wasangban.
Isha.
Ewa shubigban.
Isha.
Aranini we shetan.
Isha.
Emikiko we shetan.
Isha.
Niba orishe Shekiri rare nogwa.
Isha.
Dorishe ban we know.
Isha.
Dosangban. Ajamokeam.
Atlantic TV, culturally inclined and uniquely different.
My name is Desoka, the comedy catalyst of one of Nigerian comedy.
All right, guys. Back at here, yes, boss. My name is Osh, baby.
Yemi Alade.
Yeah, what up, people? It's your boy Victor 80.
Girl Niniola.
My name is my wife, and just celebrity type man.
My papa say, who won't carry cow, waka go, waka follow the cow. I know the life for you.
I see you know you're watching the Atlantic TV.
Keep watching Atlantic TV.
Atlantic TV.
Keep watching Atlantic TV.
Keep watching Atlantic TV.
Keep watching Atlantic TV.
Atlantic TV.
Informative, educative, interesting, entertaining.
Worldwide, international.
Don't go anywhere, I'll catch you.
Don't touch that die. Atlantic TV. Boom.
Atlantic TV. We wanna party.
Atlantic TV, culturally inclined and uniquely different.
Ruth Gender Foundation.
I'm Ruth Edema Collins. I hold a first degree in physics electronics, a postgraduate qualification in business administration, and a nationally certified French language tutor. Career-wise, I'm an educational facilitator. I'm the managing director at Atlantic Media and TV, and I'm also a director at Vocotech Integrated Services Nigeria Limited. I'm a wife and a mother, and I like dressing up to show up. Yeah, so that's basically me. Thank you. Root Gender Foundation was inspired from my personal experiences growing up as a young girl in a typical Nigerian environment. For me, it was being different. It made people bully me, abuse me, and harass me. I was always misunderstood and underrated. Root Gender is a foundation that is dedicated to building confidence in the Nigerian girl child through educational and inspirational programs, like supporting programs that promote girl child education. We also organize physical exercises for our young girls for the overall well-being of their mental and physical states, and also for the acquisition of self-defense skills. We also sensitize girls on laws that protect them. In our constitution, a lot of girls do not know that they have rights, that there are laws that protect their interests in Nigeria. Hence, they are vulnerable, they are living in fear, which is stopping them from reaching their full potentials. So we sensitize them on the laws that protect their interests. This, like I said, is visioned towards building confidence in the Nigerian girl child. So that is just a wrap up of what we do at Root Gender Foundation. I would say I resonate with the struggles and the challenges of the girl child, particularly the Warri girl child. I happen to grow up in the heart of Warri. I'm from an average background. My family is an average one, but I experienced a lot. Like I said, I was bullied, I was overlooked, I was harassed for being a different child, for daring to be different, and nobody was taking note and tapping into my potentials. So my interest for the girl child is I would love to be a voice for the girl child. They need people to believe in them. They need people to speak for them. I also want the Warri girl child to know that there is hope beyond the reef. I want them to see the bigger picture. I want them to know that they can compete on global platforms. They can compete on international platforms, and they can do very well. We have the likes of Ada Gold, or Maumi, and the rest of them. They are all competing very well on international platforms, and I know that you too can do that, and I want you to know that is why we are here. Root Gender Foundation is here to make you understand that you can actually be what you want to be. As part of our objectives at Root Gender Foundation, we are dedicated to promoting girl-child education. Like I said, I represent the brand Warri Girl Child. I represent the brand the African Girl Child, because I have gone through the struggles from there to here. So giving 2 million to the best female participants is just a way to share them on. It's just a way to make them know that we believe in you. I believe in you. You can look up to us. We are sharing you on. It is not about the money. We believe in your potential. We want our girls to know that you are doing the right thing at the right time. You are in the right place, and this is what you should be doing. That's why we are supporting you, and we will always be here to support you. Girl-child empowerment to me is enforcing laws that protect our girl child. You know, my NGO, we've been pursuing a bill that we will see to be passed. We are asking that our girls should be allowed to carry pepper spray as weapons of self-defense. Because if you look at it, our women have nothing to protect themselves. They are just there by the grace of God. So we are pursuing laws that will protect the girl child. So empowerment, girl child empowerment to me is enforcing laws that protect the girl child, educating the girl child on time and money management, financial literacy, and equipping them with self-defense skills. Also, access to quality education. This to me is girl child empowerment and nothing more. A girl child must possess effective communication skills. They should be able to communicate effectively. A girl child should be financially literate. She should know how to manage her finances, and she should also know how to manage her time. Yes. Also, most importantly, another skill is self-awareness. It's important for our girls to know who they are, to believe in themselves. That's the vision of our NGO, building confident girls that can achieve their full potentials in Nigeria. That is our NGO's vision. So yeah, those are some of the skills I believe that the girl child should possess. She needs role models. She needs people that have led that path and have made it. Our young girls need role models. That's why we have to do better. We have to do the work. We have to bridge the gap. We have to share them on like we are doing. You can achieve your dreams. First, you have to make education your best friend. Every effort you put into learning will always be there for you to never fail you. Boys will break your heart, people will break your heart, but every effort you put towards learning anything, everything will always come through for you. So for you to achieve your dreams, look towards the right people, look towards the right direction. There are people that have achieved in that route. I will encourage you to look up to them, learn from them. That is just the way to achieve your dreams. My message to the Warri Child, like I said, I represent the brand Warri Girl Child. We are letting the world know that we are not vile, we are not roused, we are educated, we compete intellectually, we have good things ahead of us. We can do it on the global platform, we can do it on the national platform, and we are everything there is to be a woman. I would encourage you, Warri Girl Child, make education your best friend. Make education your best friend. Learn new things. Learn new languages. Okay? And the sky will be your starting point. We are always here to cheer you up. Don't forget that my name is Ruth Edema Collins from Root Gender Foundation, and from all of us wishing you the best, we say keep watching Atlantic TV.
Ruth Gender Foundation.
Atlantic TV. Culturally inclined, uniquely different. When the lights go out, who do you call? Ticado! Ticado Energy Solutions Limited. Your plug for electrical power, surveillance system, and entertainment. From expert electrical installation to efficient eco-friendly solar inverter systems, no matter the size, Ticado delivers smart energy solutions designed for today and tomorrow. We also help you secure your space with our cutting-edge security and surveillance system. Enjoy crystal clear entertainment with our professional DSTV and cable TV installation. Visit Ticado today at Block F4, Suite 41 and 42, HFP East Line Plaza, Abraham Adesanya, Aja, Lagos. Or call 0906 902 5025 or 0815 176 6817. Explore our services at ticado.com.ng. Ticado Energy Solutions Limited. Power, protection, peace.
Don't miss out on exciting news, events, and more. Stay connected by following us on Facebook, YouTube, and Instagram at Atlantic Media and TV.
Ara lóríire ọlọ́ríire ọ̀fọ̀ máa sí olúromi o ọ̀wẹ́ náà gé.
Mommy Dama, Daddy Daba. This is how we greet in our place. It is a way of respect, a long-age tradition, carried through generations like sacred fire. Our coronation celebration is around the corner, so close, we can feel the drum beats in the wind, and there is no more time to keep checking time. So the sons and daughters of Iwere, both at home and in diaspora, comfort, put on the full regalia, adore yourself in pride, and walk in the step of our ancestors. Let us observe a longish culture together, so deep, so bright, that even whitest could not help but reverence. And Edidioka, then Barajo, do not say we did not know, we did not hear, neither were we informed. Put aside the grieving, because no matter what, we are same history, same tongues that cannot be taken away, except that towards path. Ishekiri and Kuro, our monarch awaits us.
Atlantic TV, culturally inclined and uniquely different.
Hello and good day. Welcome to our daily news roundup on Atlantic TV. I am Nkechi Tejere. Now to our top stories. Ogiamia Tuwashe III marks day 4 of coronation anniversary with homage paying ceremony. Federal government projects $200 billion revenue from Lekki Port, says Oyetola. EFCC immigration deport 51 foreign cybercrime convicts. UN urges ceasefire, hostage release as IDF intensifies Gaza strikes. Chelsea boost as Fofana at Darabioyo return for West Ham clash. Now to the news in full. Day 4 of the 4th coronation anniversary of His Majesty Ogiamia Tuwashe III, CFR, the Olu of Warri, witnessed a colorful homage-paying ceremony yesterday at the Palace Ground, Agofen, Warri. The traditional rulers, captains of industry, government representatives and subjects gathered in large numbers as they paid homage to the monarch. The event featured vibrant cultural displays, symbolic presentations, and traditional greetings that highlighted the rich Ishekiri heritage. The high point of the day was the eloquent address by Ogiamia Tuwashe III, who expressed gratitude for the overwhelming support and reaffirmed his commitment to peace, unity, and the development of the Ishekiri nation.
Of our royal brother, Agabaidu, the Onu Igala, we acknowledge and appreciate your presence here with us today. We thank and appreciate all Omiwere for coming out in their large numbers this week to join us in celebrating how far God has helped us. I am truly overwhelmed. I am humbled. We had initially set out in planning to make this year's celebration a low-key one. But for all that we tried to do, it's as though even the land itself did not want it to be quiet or small. For me, this is more than a show or a celebration. It is a sign of God's kindness, His blessing, and His love towards us. We will continue to acknowledge this truth and fact in our lives. In this last year, there have been many storms, many winds, many shakings. Kenikede, Orishe, Biene, Kweanre. Even though we still have a long way to go, we remain resolute, we remain determined, and committed to ensuring that the affairs and direction of the Ishekiri nation does not go off course. As we remain alive to our responsibilities, God will bless our efforts and He will not let us see shame. And beyond.
The MD of Atlantic Media and TV, Mrs. Ruth Collins Edema, expressed excitement at the coronation anniversary and congratulated the Ogiamia Tuwashe III CFR on his 4th coronation anniversary.
As you can see, we are here live for the 4th coronation anniversary of the Olu of Warri. We are very excited to be here. I just wish him long life, that he will live longer than his forebears, and there will be prosperity in this land. In Jesus' name. God bless you all.
The monarch also announced the activation of the Iwere Trust Fund with an initial personal donation of 750 million naira to drive development in the kingdom. Dignitaries acknowledged include representatives of the Delta State Governor, the Secretary to the Government of the Federation, service chiefs, and royal envoys. The week-long coronation anniversaries continues today with more lined-up activities celebrating Ishekiri tradition, culture, and royal excellence. The federal government says the Lekki Deep Sea Port is set to generate over $200 billion in revenue across its 45-year concession period. Minister of Marine and Blue Economy Adegboyega Oyetola disclosed this in Lagos State. Speaking at a breakfast meeting organized by the Nigerian Chamber of Shipping in collaboration with Lekki Port, Oyetola noted that the port has already begun easing congestion in Lagos and other ports while boosting Nigeria's competitiveness as a logistics hub. He highlighted the world-class infrastructure at Lekki as a signal of untapped opportunities for investors, operators, and service providers. Lekki is projected to contribute over $200 billion to government revenue during its concession period, and it currently operates at only 20% of its capacity, showing vast opportunities for growth and investment. The minister also explained that the federal government, in partnership with Lagos State and private investors, has provided road infrastructure to ensure smooth cargo evacuation from the port. He stressed that the success of Lekki Port provides a replicable model for future maritime and trade expansion across the country. With integrated transport links, investment incentives, and technology-driven operations, Lekki Port is being positioned as a game changer for Nigerians' maritime economy. President Bola Tinubu says his administration has reversed the trend of medical tourism in Nigeria by upgrading healthcare facilities and expanding access to quality services at home. The president made this known while addressing Nigerians in the diaspora in Japan, speaking at an interactive session with Nigerians in Yokohama on the sidelines of the Tokyo International Conference on African Development. President Tinubu urged diaspora citizens to contribute their expertise and resources to national development. He noted that leadership is about thinking and doing, assuring that Nigeria is on the rise again under his watch. He reversed medical tourism in Nigeria has been improving healthcare infrastructure and making services more accessible at home. The government is committed to creating an environment where every Nigerian can feel the impact of positive change. The president highlighted reforms in passport issuance, economic growth, and investment attraction, while also inviting officials, including the Minister of State for Industry, John Eno, and Naseni Vice Chairman Khalil Suleiman Halilu, to brief the diaspora on government programs. President Tinubu reaffirmed his commitment to stability, unity, and growth, stressing that Nigerians everywhere have a role to play in building a stronger and more prosperous nation. The Attorney General of the Federation and Minister of Justice Lateef Fagbemi has assured that the Tinubu administration does not interfere in investigations conducted by anti-graft agencies. He gave the assurance while addressing journalists in Akwa Ibom State. Fagbemi, who spoke on the sidelines of a top management retreat of the Federal Ministry of Justice in Ikotekpene, stressed that both the EFCC and ICPC enjoy full independence in their operations. He said they don't interfere in the investigation of corruption cases. The agencies are well equipped and best suited to handle their duties. Once they conclude, they take it up from there to determine if there are gaps or areas for further probing. The AGF maintained that the Constitution guarantees the independence of the anti-graft bodies, adding that the federal government remains committed to fighting corruption to a standstill in order to drive national development. Fagbemi reiterated that under President Tinubu's leadership, the rule of law and institutional independence will be upheld in Nigeria's anti-corruption drive. You're watching our daily news roundup on Atlantic TV. We'll go for a short break. More news stories when we return.
Don't miss out on exciting news, events, and more. Stay connected by following us on Facebook, YouTube, and Instagram at Atlantic Media and TV.
My name is Desoka, the comedy catalyst of one of Nigerian comedy.
All right, guys, back again. Yes, boss. My name is Baby.
CME Alade.
Yeah, what up, people? It's your boy Victor 80.
Girl Niniola.
My name is my wife, Ninja Celebrity type man.
My papa say, who won't carry cow, waka go, waka follow the cow. I know the life for you.
I see you know you're watching the Atlantic TV.
Keep watching Atlantic TV.
Atlantic TV.
Keep watching Atlantic TV.
Keep watching Atlantic TV.
Keep watching Atlantic TV.
Atlantic TV.
Informative, educative, interesting, entertaining.
Worldwide, international.
Don't go anywhere, I'll catch you.
Don't touch that die. Atlantic TV. Boom.
Atlantic TV. We wanna party.
Atlantic TV. Culturally inclined and uniquely different.
Welcome back. The Nigerian Maritime Administration and Safety Agency, NIMASA, has approved the promotion of 9 deputy directors to directors and 234 other staff across various cadres. The announcement was made following a meeting of the governing board in Lagos. In a statement by NIMASA's head of public relations, Osage Edward, the board also approved the promotion of 30 assistant directors to deputy directors, 35 chiefs to assistant directors, and ratified the elevation of 169 staff members across grade levels. The newly promoted directors include Mrs. Moji Jimo, Dr. Odunayo Ani, Mrs. Nneka Obianyo, and Mrs. Biodun Fatade, among others. This promotion exercise is strictly merit-based, and staff are expected to rededicate themselves to excellence in service delivery. The administration remains committed to staff welfare and productivity. Congratulating the beneficiaries, NIMASA's Director General, Dr. Dayo Mobereola, charged them to see their new ranks as motivation for higher performance. He stressed that the agency will continue to prioritize staff welfare while ensuring a transparent career progression system. The large-scale promotion, observers say, is a boost to morale within NIMASA and a step towards strengthening maritime administration in Nigeria. The Economic and Financial Crimes Commission, EFCC, in partnership with the Nigerian Immigration Service, has deported 51 foreign nationals convicted of cybercrime offenses. According to the EFCC, the deportees include 50 Chinese nationals and 1 Tunisian. This brings the total number of convicts repatriated since August 15th to 102. The EFCC spokesperson, Dele Oyewale, confirmed the deportations in the statement, noting that the individuals were part of a group of 192 suspects arrested in Lagos during a coordinated sting operation targeting a major foreign-led cybercrime network. The anti-graft agency says the exercise is part of efforts to curb cybercrime and protect Nigeria's digital space. Authorities add that more deportations will follow as the crackdown continues. The EFCC and Immigration Service insist the joint operation signals a clear message that Nigeria will not tolerate criminal exploitation of its cyberspace. We'll go for yet another short break. When we return, more news stories to come. Glad to have you back. The Attorney General of the Federation and Minister of Justice, Lateef Fagbemi, SAN, has dismissed claims of political interference in the withdrawal of fraud charges against former AMCON boss, Ahmed Kuru. Justice Rahman Oshodi of the Lagos Special Offences Court struck out the 60 billion naira case after the federal government filed a notice of discontinuance. The withdrawal was entered through the Director of Public Prosecutions, Mohammed Abubakar. There is no politics, no sentiment, and no emotion in this matter. In criminal law, you must not leave gaps, he said. In the case of Ahmed Kuru, both the principal and interest involved were recovered by the EFCC. The Justice Minister clarified that other cases involving Kuru, including one linked to Arik Air, are still ongoing, stressing that each case will be treated strictly on its merits. Fagbemi also denied any presidential involvement, insisting that prosecutions are not to be weaponized, but pursued in line with the rule of law. The United Nations is calling for an immediate ceasefire in Gaza and the unconditional release of all hostages as the Israel Defense Force intensifies its military operations in northern Gaza. The IDF has launched fresh offensives in Gaza City, home to nearly 1 million people, targeting Hamas strongholds in Az Zayton and Jabalia. According to the United Nations, the strikes have included heavy shelling, continuous drone attacks, and explosives used against residential homes. UN Secretary General Antonio Guterres, speaking in Tokyo, stressed the urgent need for a ceasefire and the immediate release of hostages. He warned that a ground assault on Gaza City could lead to what he called massive death and destruction. Meanwhile, the IDF says it has deployed quadcopters and made phone calls urging civilians in Jabalia to evacuate as military operations intensify. The UN fears the humanitarian toll could escalate further if fighting continues at this scale. The international community is watching closely as pressure mounts on both sides to halt the violence and avoid a wider catastrophe. Still on some foreign stories, Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu has announced that negotiations will begin for the release of all remaining hostages, even as he approves military plans for a massive assault on Gaza City. Netanyahu made the declaration on Thursday night while visiting Israeli troops, saying defeating Hamas and freeing hostages must go hand in hand. His remarks come despite Hamas agreeing earlier this week to a Qatari and Egyptian brokered 60-day ceasefire deal, which could have seen the release of half of the hostages. Israel rejected the offer. In a video message, Netanyahu confirmed that he has instructed negotiators to begin talks immediately. He also approved IDF plans to seize control of Gaza City, saying the war would only end once Hamas is disarmed and Gaza is placed under new governance. Israeli officials insist they will not accept a partial hostage deal, demanding all captives be released in one go. After nearly 2 years of war, Israel believes only 20 of the 50 remaining hostages are still alive. With military escalation looming and talks yet to begin, the fate of the hostages and Gaza's future remains deeply uncertain. We'll move on now to some sporting stories. Chelsea head coach Enzo Maresca has confirmed that defenders Wesley Fofana and Tosin Adarabioyo will be fit for the Blues Premier League showdown with West Ham United on Friday night. Speaking at his pre-match press conference at Cobham, Maresca revealed that while Fofana and Adarabioyo are back in contention, Romeo Lavia and Benoit Badiashile remain sidelined. Nicholas Jackson is also suspended, while Christopher Nkunku has not recovered in time to feature at the London Stadium. Maresca also spoke on teenage defender Aaron Anselmino, who impressed at the Club World Cup against Benfica. He praised the youngster's talent but hinted at a possible loan move for more game time. Chelsea will be aiming for their first away win of the season when they face David Moyes' West Ham under the lights in East London. Crystal Palace midfielder Eberechi Eze looks set for a sensational £60 million move to Arsenal after he was left out of Palace squad for their European clash on Thursday. The 27-year-old playmaker, who became a Selhurst Park hero after firing Palace to their historic FA Cup triumph in May, was neither in the starting 11 nor on the bench for the Conference League playoff against Fredrikstad. The England international, once released by Arsenal at age 13, could now make a stunning return to North London. If completed, the deal would mark Arsenal's 7th signing this window, taking their summer spending to over £250 million. Arsenal's push for Eze comes amid concerns over Kai Havertz's knee injury, while with manager Mikel Arteta eager to bolster his squad in pursuit of the club's first Premier League title in 22 years. Tottenham Hotspur has been favourites to land Eze, but now appear to have lost out to their North London rivals. If the deal goes through, Eberechi Eze will join a star-studded Arsenal squad aiming to challenge Liverpool for the Premier League crown this season. And with that sports news, we'll come to the end of our daily news roundup for today, right here on Atlantic TV. Thank you so much for watching. I am Nkechi Tejere. Have a good day.
Don't miss out on exciting news, events, and more. Stay connected by following us on Facebook, YouTube, and Instagram at Atlantic Media and TV. In the glorious land of Warri Kingdom, history meets heritage and tradition embraces transformation. Join us in celebrating the 4th coronation anniversary of His Majesty Ogiame Atuashe III, CFR, the Olu of Warri, from Monday 18th of August to Sunday 24th of August 2025. Day 1 kicks off with praise and worship at the Palace Church, Agofen, Warri by 12 noon. Day 2 features hospital commissioning at Ubangwe, Warri, 10 a.m. Ishekiri language competition for children at Agofen, Warri, 12 noon. Women's football match, 4 p.m. All-Stars football match at the Palace Field, 4:30 p.m. Day 3, a royal boat ride to Ode Ishekiri, 10 a.m. Homage paying at Big Warri Palace, 12 noon. His Majesty departs Big Warri, 3 p.m. Day 4, the anniversary celebration and homage paying at Agofen, Warri by 11 a.m. Day 5 brings book launch, 10:30 a.m. More homage paying at Agofen, 11:30 a.m. Drama presentations at Agofen Wari, 4:30 p.m. Day 6 features the Royal Order of Iwere Awards, 10 a.m. Special lecture at Agofen, 11 a.m. Youth activities, 12:30 p.m. Royal Choir performance, 5 p.m. Day 7, the celebration concludes with a heartfelt Thanksgiving service at 10 a.m. at the Palace Church, Agofen Wari. Join us as we honor 4 impactful years of visionary leadership. Brought to you by Uge Oyo Ekoro TV.
Atlantic TV, culturally inclined and uniquely different. Atlantic TV, culturally inclined and uniquely different. Atlantic TV, culturally inclined and uniquely different.
Welcome back. If you are just joining, this is Trendy on Viewpoint on Atlantic Media and TV. This is where we talk about all the trendy gist on the internet. My name is Mercy Irabo and I am not alone in the studio. I've got with me Michael Gobadia, and together we'll be discussing all the trendy issues and share our opinions about them. Without wasting much time, let's just dive straight into it. So our first story, breaking news. Forbes just released its latest World Black Billionaires list for 2025. Oh wow, I know you're excited to see them. Okay, let's see. Number one on the list, Aliko Dangote. All right, he's the top one on the list. His net worth is $23.9 billion. Source of wealth, cement, sugar, amongst others. Citizenship, Nigeria. Wow, I'm so proud that our brother is making it. On the top 10, that's a lot. He's the founder and CEO of Dangote Group. He began the painful process of building Africa's largest oil and gas refinery in 2013. That's a lot. Okay, let's see for the second on the list. David Stewart. Okay. Net worth $11.4 billion. Source of wealth, IT provider, citizenship, US. He's the richest Black American, co-founder of Worldwide Technology, which provides IT solutions to customers like Citi and Verizon in 1990. He still serves as chairman of the private company, which now has nearly 10,000 employees and generates $20 billion in annual revenue. And the third on the list is Robert F. Smith, net worth $10.8 billion. Source of wealth, private equity, citizenship, US. Smith founded $100 billion Vista Equity Partners, the largest Black-owned private equity firm in the United States, in 2000. He still runs the firm, which has more than 700 employees and focuses exclusively on investing in software companies. Yeah, number 4 on the list is Alexander Karp, net worth $8.4 billion. Source of wealth, software firm, citizenship, US. Karp is the co-founder and CEO of Palantir Technologies, a data mining company whose customers include the FBI, the Department of Defense, and other government agencies. Palantir went public in 2020 and now has a market capitalization of nearly $200 billion. And number 5 on the list, a Nigerian, Mike Adenuga, net worth $6.8 billion. Source of wealth, telecom and oil. Citizenship, Nigeria. I think I'm happy about this. Yeah, Adenuga made his first $1 million at age 26 as commodities trader. Now he's one of the richest people in Africa thanks to his mobile phone network, Globacom, and his oil exploration outfit, Con Oil. Yeah, number 6 on the list is Abdul Samad Rabiu, net worth $5.1 billion. Source of wealth, cement, sugar, amongst others. Citizenship, Nigeria. Abdul Samad Rabiu is the founder of Boa Group, a Nigeria conglomerate active in cement production, sugar refining, and real estate. He launched the company in 1988 and still serves as chairman and CEO. Through his foundation, the Abdul Samad Rabiu Initiative, he also supports education, health, and social development projects across Africa. Number 7 on the list is Michael Jordan, net worth $3.5 billion. Source of wealth, Charlotte Hornets, endorsements, citizenship, US. He's often considered the greatest basketball player of all time. Yeah, I know that. Jordan won 6 NBA titles with the Chicago Bulls. His salary during his career totaled $90 million, but he has earned more than $2.4 billion from endorsement deals. Today, he's one of just 4 Black Americans on the Forbes 400 ranking of the country's richest people. Number 8 on the list is Patrice Motsepe, net worth $3 billion. Source of wealth, mining, citizenship, South Africa. Motsepe is the founder and chairman of Africa Rainbow Minerals, a diversified mining and minerals company with operations in South Africa and Malaysia. In 2008, he became the first Black African on the world's billionaires list. Number 8 on the list is Oprah Winfrey, finally a woman. Net worth $3 billion. Source of wealth, TV shows, citizenship, US. Her hit talk show ran for 25 years until 2011, and she invested the profits from the program and films such as The Color Purple and Selma into a media and business empire. In 2011, she launched the cable channel OWN. And the last on our top 10 list is Jay-Z, net worth $2.5 billion, source of wealth, music, citizenship, US. One of the greatest hip-hop musicians of all time, Jay-Z has won 25 Grammys and launched multiple businesses, including the fashion brand Rocawear, which sold for $204 million in 2007. In 2019, he became the hip-hop's first billionaire. Wow, that's a lot. And that's number 10. I was expecting to see Michael Gobadia.
Well, anyway, as much as she's expecting to see me, we'll just wait for another 2 years. I might be there.
Oh, wow. I was searching, I was thinking. I even went to check the top 20. I didn't see Michael Gobadia. And I was like, oh, Michael, what's wrong?
Well, anyway, Messi should not bring me out. I'd rather remain where I am. Well, it's really interesting that we'll find about 3 Nigerians making that top list. And no surprise, knowing that Nigerians are really hardworking persons and they love to invest in humanity and in business.
Yeah.
But in all of the lists also, you notice a trend of business owners, a trend of entertainers, and a trend of those that are also in the IT sector. So that fully shows you the leading top players that seems to generate a whole lot of activity, especially in the public space. Yes, looking at it, we're really proud that we are Nigerians, and the Nigerians making that top list. And funny enough, this is one is even surprising. His net worth, I'm talking about Aliko Dangote, even twice surpasses the second person that came second.
Yes, on the list.
That very
I was shocked to see that. I was shocked to see that. Well, it's fine. It's fine. We are Nigerians and we are proud. I am proud personally. I don't know about Michael though.
Well, I am proud. I am proud.
All right, let's go.
But anyway, I wonder if Messi will be proud that it's only one woman that is on that list. I'm talking it slow so she still remembers.
At least.
There's only one woman.
At least. They said what a man can do, a woman can do better. And
yes,
she's still on the list.
Okay, sorry.
Not 10th.
Okay.
But at least a woman made it to the list. So at least to break your ego, that's what a man can do, a woman can do better. I'm proud of my gender. At least we made it to the list. I am super proud of my gender. All right, so let's go to our second story for today. Yes, over the weekend, reports surfaced online that Nigerian rapper Lil Kesh was attacked in Lagos. According to eyewitnesses, he was robbed and stabbed, and millions of goods worth millions of nairas were stolen. This is really, really a sad one, and it brings about this fear of how safe are our cities at this point, Mr. Michael?
Well, it's really a sad news, but on the mind, it's a sad one. I think we're happy. He's okay and doing well.
Is.
And he'll be giving us more beautiful sounds in the coming years ahead. But
yes,
like you said, he lights are really unsafe. Some of our cities have become over the years. And well, also a sad one that played out also in Lagos just during the weekend, or during the week itself. Was also a skit maker in Lagos, a popular one, and a hairstylist was also killed. And
that's sad.
We heard he died, and well, it was really a sad one. But it really, like you said, emphasizes or calls on the need for the government to do more, both at the state and also federal level, as it concerns the security. Remember, we looked at that really on the show today on Dialogue. But losing or having attackers, or rather entertainers, celebrities like that being attacked, then you wonder what will become of us,
the commoners,
ordinary Nigerians. They are just trying to go by in our usual and daily activities.
Yeah, the rate of insecurity is becoming alarming. But thank God that Lil Kesh is safe. He posted on his Twitter handle, that is X, saying that he's safe, he's recovering, and he'll be better. And our prayers are with you, Lil Kesh. We know for sure you'll be fine, and you would come back to giving us those hit jams. All right, so let's go to our third story for today. So I saw this trending issue, Mr. Michael. Okay. What do you call your partner's mom? And I was shocked when I saw responses from people, especially ladies, saying they can never call anybody that is not their mother, mom or mommy. Somebody
the ladies go again. The ladies go again.
Somebody went as far as saying, I might call her auntie or ma. Like, how on earth do you call your mother-in-law auntie or ma? I feel most of these persons are just trying to create unnecessary tensions where there are none.
But Mexa, are you not happy they never called her Black Witch?
Maybe some persons would, but they can't come online to tell you that they will call their mother-in-law Black Witch or wherever.
At least we're happy we didn't hear that. I've seen somebody, rather than call his mother-in-law mommy, he calls her Mama Bumi. So look, come on.
But the truth is, I don't know, maybe because I grew up in the western parts of the country, and you know the Yorubas now, they love respect, they value respect a lot. So I find myself calling people mommy, people that are not my mom. And I don't think that one will make them replace my mom. I know the place my mom is in my heart, so why should somebody else?
Let me put Mercy on the spotlight.
Okay.
What do you intend calling your mother-in-law in the future?
The truth is, I feel I will call my mother-in-law whatever name my husband decides to call the mom. If he calls her mommy, then mommy is good.
Then he calls her Mama Dayo.
No, whatever my husband decides to call is what I will call, definitely. So I feel if you call your mom mommy, it brings the sense of belonging. As your mother-in-law, it brings the sense of belonging. And imagine you're out with your mother-in-law, your family, your in-laws generally, and people would not even be able to tell if you are the in-law or the daughter. And I feel that's how it's supposed to be, because when you start creating issues, calling your partner's mom, auntie, ma, good morning, ma, that's so official.
Yeah, that's very official, and I feel it's not the best. We should always remember that in-laws, whether mother-in-law, father-in-laws, or even siblings to our partner, are also our family. And tying the knot together and planning to live together is more like uniting two major families. And the love you tend to have for your family should also go to that of your in-laws. And having your mother-in-law who took your partner for 9 months also went ahead, took care of them, made them who they are, that you chose to settle down with in life, having to call her less than mommy, and I feel it's not the best. You should show that sign of respect and also appreciation for what she has done, because if she did not have that child, well, definitely you will not marry that person.
And I feel as long as she is old enough to give birth to your partner, then definitely she's old enough to be your own mother. Yeah. So why not call her mommy for peace to reign? Because when you decide not to call them mommy, I feel you're just trying to create boundaries. And this boundary, I'm not sure it's for the good, because you are the one putting this boundary. And at times it might even cause problem between you and your partner, because imagine the partner calling your mom mommy, and you're calling the partner's mom Mama Bumi. That's bad. Michael, what do you call?
The partner might be Bumi, so you might not be lying in calling her Mama Bumi.
Okay, so let me even throw this. What do you call your partner's mom, your wife's mom?
Anyway,
I
call her Iye, because in my language, Iye means mother.
Okay. Okay, I think Mr. Michael did that well. All right, so ladies, it's not an issue to call your mother-in-law mom, mommy. It's not wrong, okay? So I don't want to see that trend again, saying your mother-in-law cannot be mommy, your mother-in-law should be auntie. Like, how on earth do you call your mother-in-law auntie?
But do you know in some parts of the world, auntie is what they call their mother-in-laws? For example, India call their mother-in-laws auntie.
I think it has to do with the culture. And here in Nigeria, I think we value our culture a lot, and we like our respect. Like I told you, I grew up in the western part of the country, and we tend to value respect. And when you call somebody mommy, it just gives this person this feeling that, oh, this person is respectful and all of that. But when you just see, like in the southern parts, when you see an elderly person with load, you have to assist them. you have to assist them. You don't just, she's not my mom. So even if she's not your mom, she should just be stressing herself and all of that, and you are there. So I think, ladies, we need to do better, because I know this one, the guys might not really have issues here. We ladies, we need to do better, okay? So that's the end of Trended today. Thank God it's Friday.
And she has been saying that since the morning.
Yeah,
the morning,
thank God it's Friday.
Really it's Friday. And the Friday it is, and you do know what we always would advise you, as much as you go out there to enjoy, do it with all honesty and modesty, you know, because Monday is not far from Friday, if you still remember.
So what will you be doing this weekend?
Well,
interact with us, drop in the comments section, and of course, you know, you can be part of this conversation. You tell me, what do you call your partner's mom? And if you're not married, what do you intend to call your partner's mom? Drop it in the comment section and we'll be sure to respond to them. Yeah, it's a wrap from the side. It's a wrap from Trendy on Viewpoint on Atlantic Media and TV. See you same time on Monday. And remember, the coronation activity is still on. And today is the book launch. They're starting with the book launch. You don't want to miss it because we are streaming everything live. So we have to prepare and go to the palace for the coronation anniversary. Once again, I am Mercy Erabo. Bye for now.
Anyway, it's a really wrap on the show, not just for today, but for the full week. And most certainly will be live with you guys again. Come on Monday for another lovely and new edition of Viewpoint on Atlantic TV. I see you, Michael Gobadia. God bless you.